Welcome back to Chronicles on the Focus, the podcast that delves into the fascinating lives of historical figures and artists. I'm your host, Bob, and with me as always is the inimitable Alice.
Hey everyone. And Bob, today's subject is a real doozy. A man who's both iconic and shrouded in mystery, John F. Kennedy.
That's right, Alice. JFK, the 35th President of the United States. A man who, at 43, became the youngest ever elected president, a charming Catholic in a largely Protestant nation, a war hero, and a man whose life ended tragically. We'll explore the man, the myth, and the enduring legacy. Beyond the headlines, there's a lot more to this story than most people realize.
Absolutely. Did you know, Bob, that young JFK wasn't exactly a straight A student? He had health problems, gastrointestinal issues, Addison's disease, that plagued him throughout his life and even affected his time at Princeton and Harvard. He almost didn't make it to the hallowed halls of Harvard. He had to withdraw from Princeton due to illness. Talk about a near miss.
Wow, that's news to me. And speaking of near misses, his time in the Pacific during World War II was pretty harrowing. Commanding PT-109, he survived a Japanese destroyer attack, famously guiding his crew to safety after his boat was sunk. That made him a war hero, but his injuries were serious. I mean, the guy was a real survivor.
He certainly was. But Bob, let's not forget his political career. Before the presidency, he served in both the House of Representatives and the Senate, representing Massachusetts. He even won a Pulitzer Prize for his book, Profiles in Courage, a pretty impressive achievement for a future president. It's a remarkable testament to his ambition and talent. And his presidential campaign? The first televised debates. The image of that young, charismatic Kennedy totally changed the game.
And then came the presidency, a whirlwind of Cold War tensions, the Bay of Pigs, the Cuban Missile Crisis. He was navigating some seriously precarious geopolitical waters. But he also launched the Peace Corps, a genuinely innovative and idealistic initiative that continues to this day. He really was trying to forge a new frontier, as his administration was dubbed.
His new frontier was ambitious, Bob. He also championed civil rights, although it's worth noting his actions often lagged behind his rhetoric. However, the legislative legacy of his presidency, enacted after his death, is significant, including the Civil Rights Act of 1964. It shows how his vision pushed the country forward.
And of course, it all ended so tragically in Dallas. The assassination remains a source of fascination and, frankly, conspiracy theories that continue to proliferate. Even now, decades later, his death casts a long shadow. The what-ifs surrounding his potential future as president still resonate today.
It's a sobering thought, Bob. But Kennedy's legacy extends beyond the tragedy. He remains a captivating figure, a reminder of a time of both hope and peril, and a president who continues to inspire debate and discussion. That's all the time we have for today, folks. Join us next time for more Chronicles on the Focus.
Thanks for listening, everyone.